That's a good start.
Nightmare.
Right, here we go. I think we're live.
Oh,
Boys and girls. So there's been all this giggling whilst I've been like tip-tapping away, and then it's like I'm like, we're live, and it's a silence.
I could have just not said anything. I didn't even notice today because it didn't come up with a warning. A warning,
Oh.
like a message.
Oh,
Anyway.
So shall we mention the fact that Amanda's sitting there with a tiara on, or should we just ignore
Yeah.
This is just
Mention.
standard to work from home wear. Does not everybody not have a tiara to work from home in?
no.
it? No.
You should.
Unfortunately, I wish I did because I would actually wear it. I think I said that I messaged Amanda before this meeting saying that I want to order one for my birthday because I'm actually really jealous.
Good. I pretend it's for when my friends come around with their children, you know, the little girls who want to play dress up, and I'm like, oh look, have one of Auntie Amanda's tiaras.
My tiara.
Oh, one of. How many have you got?
Two.
Two.
Yeah.
Spare for the weekends.
So yes, but one was, to be fair, one was from this is just a naff one, but I have actually got one that's vaguely decent from when I was a bridesmaid, so that counts. That counts. So yes.
I've got sparkly shoes, if that counts.
Still
Amanda
count.
also has sparkly shoes, don't you? Don't you have pink
You
ones?
do. That's
I
right.
do, yeah. I've got some. Yeah, I am. God, I didn't ever thought I was that girly, really, but apparently so.
I think you're a good balance.
So happy birthday, Amanda.
Thank you very much,
Yeah.
people. Can't think of anybody nicer to spend it with than the GU crew.
Yeah, I'm like normally we're like drinking prosecco and stuff like that when it's people's birthdays. So yeah, a little bit gutted, but we'll make up for it.
Yes,
I'm sure.
exactly.
I'm sure.
Exactly.
So what lockdown treats have you experienced so far? If we're allowed to ask.
Well,
Big bang in the background.
I started the day with one of our recruitment clients and Pam on a video call, which is just the best way to start the day. Thank you. No, it's very nice, actually. Lovely client.
It was
So,
lovely, actually.
yeah,
it was
really
great.
nice chat. And then pancakes for breakfast, and I've got to do a webinar after this. So if anybody would like to join the webinar on video calls and using Zoom and your 101 of how to get over being camera shy and not afraid to wear a tiara and look like a plonker, then you could join me for that 1 o'clock. So yeah, I'm holding off Prosecco until after that. I didn't think it would be a good. Well, actually, to be fair, if I'd had one, it might be the best webinar I ever deliver. You never know.
I've got so many things to say to that, and I'm just like holding them all in so I don't upset anyone. Oh, no, cool. So it's been a bit of a funny week for us all, I think, this week, hasn't it? Birthdays aside. I think I spoke to everyone yesterday one-to-one, and I hate Easter. I actually really, so this new rule, I'm always going to have the week after Easter off because it just makes me grumpy. I've got no idea what it is that I do, what my processes are, how I run my day, and it's just made me miserable, really, really miserable. And I'd got in my diary to talk to you all yesterday and give you a bit of a G up, which probably wasn't the best thing to do when I was going, everything's just like, I haven't done anything today. And being really negative. So I apologise, guys, because rather than boosting you up, I probably dragged you down a little bit into my little dark place. So I'm sorry.
No, you didn't. Did we cheer you up though after you'd spoken to all of us, or were you even worse? That's the big question.
I think it was impossible. I don't think anyone would have cheered me up yesterday. I was just, but it's like Easter weekend just throws me. It's 4 day. I don't like 4 day weeks anyway. So to have two like straight after each other, it was like, I'm such a creature of habit. So writing my list on the wrong day, rather than write a to-do list every day, I write it once a week. And then I just like everything goes on that list. And then each week I start again rather than spending time each day writing it. So the fact that I didn't write my list on the right day just put me in a funk, an absolute funk. So yeah, it's been a bit of a strange one.
Christina, I thought you'd be quite proud of me because I actually wrote my list on the Thursday. I mean, I normally write it on the Friday, but I did think on Thursday, I probably won't do it because I'm not going to have time. But I did, and I felt really organised, and I was really impressed with myself.
High five.
Look at that was it.
Do a little dance, Emily. Yeah, but isn't it funny just getting that list written? You feel like I've got this.
I actually did feel much better.
You know, it's like everything just feels.
Hello.
But
Oh,
so this is
Christine's
embarrassing for me
frozen.
now because you've all frozen.
I know you're not.
Oh,
You're
no.
So you're back now. You
All right.
disappeared for a second.
Was it just me? Sorry.
Yeah.
And I've been having issues with my internet connection. So yeah, that's fun. That made me happy too.
You were not in a good place yesterday.
I was really grumpy, really, really grumpy. But it's hard, you know. Normally we're in the office together, and we're all kind of like, if one of us is grumpy, there's enough like nonsense that goes on that you got no choice but to start giggling at some point in the day. So working independently, it's really hard to get to like hit the restart button on yourself, I think.
Yeah, I agree.
But yeah, but even like looking at the social media news and stuff like that, it was something came out yesterday. So in Facebook groups now, you can mute members. So we've got our coaching club group, and you know, that's no one kind of abuses it, which is great. And when people post stuff in there, it's always really useful and you know, sort of valid stuff. But there's some groups I'm in where it's the same person posting like every 4 hours, and it's always really boring, spammy, selly. And I was just thinking, God, if I was a group admin on that, I'd be like that, mute. Mute. Whereas normally I'd get really excited about the functionality and like, you know, it would just be, I'd be thinking about all the benefits and all the positives. And I was just like, oh yeah, we can shut some people up now if they're annoying me. But no, it's interesting.
Has it perked you up that Jane and Mark are wearing the same shirt today?
Yeah.
Not the same.
And that
It does look the same. It does.
You're kind of on my screen now. We have Jane here and then Mark here. So you are kind of together, and it looks funny.
It's different.
Yeah, see, I've got
No,
more bits.
it's the same to
So
me.
different.
I took a photo earlier on because it made me happy.
It was either this
I'm
or
gonna
an
take
England
that.
rugby shirt. I should have gone for the rugby shirt now.
You should have done.
I know.
You should have done.
Next time we'll have to message each other first and go, what are you wearing?
Yeah.
I'm happy with my photo. That
I just took a photo, Pam. I'm gonna have a look at it. I think it's gonna be a good one.
I think mine's going to be different because I had us three at the top and them two at the bottom. Just them two. It made my day.
Oh.
That's how much cabin fever I've got.
Yeah.
The little things.
Okay, so let's share then some. Now I've started it all on a bit of a low point. Let's get all excited and happy and talk about the plus points for over the last week. So me, Amanda and Emily were involved in the Brain Food Marathon, which was pretty awesome this week. So obviously you guys sort of hid behind the scenes, just on hand to help with sort of technical stuff in Crowdcast, and I did a 30-minute slot on one of the tracks talking about just general recruitment marketing stuff, really, in sort of COVID recruitment marketing. But wasn't it an amazing thing? Like, they did the full 24 hours, and they had some technical glitches in the middle of it when they basically had so many people on the call that like the highest level on Crowdcast just couldn't cope with the volume of people in the sessions. So that they had a bit of a temporary outage, which they recovered from fantastically. But wasn't it amazing that it was just, rather than there being any gaps where someone hadn't turned up and there's like just nothing happening for 30 minutes on one of the tracks, it was like there were people at the end of it that just didn't get to speak because of the glitches they had. It was just amazing. And what was it, like 2.5 weeks that it was pulled together in?
If that,
Yeah, it was
really, I think-
really fast.
Yeah.
I mean,
It was good.
crazy. If you imagine like if you imagine going to a conference and there's like 3 rooms and there's seminars happening in their rooms the whole time, it was that for 24 hours.
Yeah, I liked the fact that it was the different sessions, so you were able to move between, because that was part of the testing that Amanda and I were doing the week before, just sort of testing that you could easily move within the sessions or the rooms, which you could, but I thought it was actually really cleverly done, because you could literally switch from one room to another, and it was like you were at an event and you could just walk from one speaker to the other speaker without having to walk. It was great.
It was just fantastic. And like every single session that I went to, I wasn't on it for the full 24 hours. I kind of ducked in and out of it over the day, depending on what sessions I wanted to see as well. But every session I was in, there was loads of chat going on in the sidebar. People were really, really engaged in the sessions.
Yeah,
It's just amazing. It's absolutely amazing. And I think a lot of event organisers, especially when it's the first event, to get that many people engaged is actually really tough. And especially online, because people they kind of, I'm not going to lie, right now I've got another laptop to my right with a webinar playing. I'm actually on a webinar right now.
Something tells me you're not paying that much attention to it.
yeah.
It's about e-commerce. Can you see? It's just playing on there.
I hope people are more attentive to the one you're running this evening, the one I'm running after this.
Oh, it's because we're amazing. Of course they will be.
They will be.
Of course they will be.
I think that's what broke it, apparently, the engagement, more than, because they had, like, at the peak there was about 2,000 people watching on Crowdcast, not, excluding people who were watching on LinkedIn Live, on Periscope. So there was loads of people watching, but because the chat stream was so busy and engaging, that's the bit I think that apparently that couldn't keep up. So they just broke it. But it was amazing, the fact that Hung Lee and team of people, 24 hours, and as you said, the last bit, I sort of woke, because I didn't stay on board for the 24 hours either, but dipped in and out, and as Emily said, kind of went to different things, but really wanted to tune in for the last bit, because I was thinking the fact that he's been awake for 24 hours curating all this is bloody
and still able to talk. I honestly, I wouldn't be able to. My words would be running into each other. I'd be getting all my, everything in the wrong place, and I just wouldn't be functioning at that point. It's just crazy. But no, it was fantastic. Really, really was. And there's a really lovely moment where, I don't know, maybe it's different because we know him as well, but it kind of hit that 24-hour point. It was like it was like 10 seconds, and it was almost like he went, I've done it. We've done it. And he, right, I'm gonna have a beer now. And he literally just picks up his beer and has a drink, and there's just this like kind of thing, and you just think, yeah, fair play. And then he apologised for the fact he was drinking at 9 o'clock in the morning. We were like,
Wow.
we've just been up for 24 hours.
Yeah, I think you're allowed. I don't think he wanted to hit the end button, the end broadcast button. It was almost that kind of like, I've done it for so long, I can't bear to stop. But hopefully he's had a blooming good sleep since then.
Yeah, I hope so. I'm sure people will be sending him loads. I was going to send him a message and sort of say, really, really well done, fantastic, amazing. And then I thought, the man's going to be trying to sleep and his phone's going to be going ping, 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 ping. So yeah, I haven't sent him a message yet, but we will.
I saw he'd posted on Facebook this morning, I think, because he shared the first photo that he was ever tagged in or something, and then all of the comments were like, "Oh, so you're awake now, are you? Have you had a good sleep?" So he is awake.
Cool. So yeah, like I said, Brain Food's probably been a bit of a highlight for us. I had a really good session and some really lovely feedback afterwards. So that's always nice. Mark, what about you? You've been website, haven't you?
Yeah, we had a couple of websites go live at the end of last week, so that was good. So yeah, that was one sort of redesign for a new client, and one sort of brand new site. And then I've been cracking through on another site this week, and then there's other ones waiting in the wings. So that is my life at the minute.
Website.
Yeah. So yeah, all good.
And it's nice that it's a variety of different businesses as well. It's not like they're all just recruitment websites. It's we've got local business in there as well, and yeah, lots of different things. So hopefully it won't be too boring for you.
It's definitely not boring.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, no, another one's nearly ready for proofing. So yeah.
Do you, when you send the first proof over, are you always a little bit like, oh God, what if they don't like it? Or are you?
Yeah, I mean, this one's been over for like, I usually do like some little bits to start with just to get a feel for things. And then once we've done that, then I sort of, put the rest of the content in. And that's where we are with this one. So it's pretty much there. But then I think the client wants to tweak some of the wording and things like that. But that's hopefully sort of fairly minor stuff to do. So that one's nearly done.
Excellent. Cool. Jane, what have you been up to this week? You've been playing with software, haven't you?
I have, yeah, testing software. So I had a chat with Emily yesterday where we were trying to figure some of it out and see how it worked. So yeah, my little catch up with the people who run it yesterday. So I had a few questions answered, a few little tweaks I suggested that they implemented, which was really good. So yeah, I'll be carrying on with that for the next week or so, along with other admin-y things that I've got on my list to get out of the way at the moment. Excellent.
What about you, Pam? Oh, you did some speaking this week.
More speaking, yeah.
More
speaking.
I'm sorry. I thought it was a positive thing.
No, I did. Yeah, I did. Yeah. What did I do? I don't know. I did a 10-minute presentation yesterday for the business community on blogging. Yeah, and I've got another thing planned after this as well, doing a video thing video Q&A after this session as well today. So yeah, and been doing a bit of networking too, and yeah, and planning our future events.
Brilliant. So we had a conversation about the speaking bit, and it's funny because some of the stuff Pam was saying to me is exactly the stuff that I probably said about 4 years ago, which was, I'm no good at it. Everyone's better at it than me, and all. Oh, bless you, Amanda. Birthday sneeze. So it's really funny that to like some of the things you were saying, because I thought, oh my God, that's exactly what I used to say. And like Amanda, you've done your fair share of standing in front of a room speaking, haven't you? I don't think you always 100% get over that little feeling of the nerves thing, or that little apprehension, or that little voice that says, oh, what if you get it wrong? But I think you just find ways of ignoring it.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it sort of changes shape slightly now. So I don't get massively nervous before the event, but it starts to creep up on me literally like just as I'm about to speak. So, and I've started to, or even sometimes when I'm mid-session, I suddenly kind of mid-session go, oh, look, you're in the front of a room of everybody. So yeah, you kind of find ways of dealing with it, but nobody wants you to fail. And as long as you're pretty well prepared, then.
But my thing was, I was just saying, it's that first sort of kicking the sentence to kick off. I kind of was like, blah, blah, blah. and then go into a full sentence, and it's like just being able to get that first proper sentence out. And I should really be using the techniques that I did that presentation course with Sue a little while ago. And, it's different, obviously, because we're doing this virtually now. But, when you're in a room presenting, she was always like, you ground yourself first before you speak. But obviously, you don't ground yourself when you're here. And the thing that always gets me is that, you can see yourself. And when you're standing in a room full of people, you don't see yourself. And I'm like, oh my God, I blink a lot. It's just like silly stuff, really, that doesn't, that doesn't really matter. But that's the sort of stuff that I go, it's like moments where I go, oh God, what's going on there?
it is funny because actually to talk about grounding yourself, I do think there's a lot in the presentation. So we compared notes about like
So I don't have my note now.
my notes for my 30 minutes is like an A5 page and about 10 words on it. Whereas Pam was like, here's my prep for 10 minutes. And it was like page after page after page after. I was like, yeah, I would fall apart if I prepped in that way. I just like too much to remember. It would all just be jumbled. And so that was quite funny. But it's also so, you know, I made sure yesterday I'd got, like right now, the laptop is literally on my lap. But for that session yesterday, I'd got this, I've got this like stack of drawers thing that I'd pulled out and had the laptop on that instead. And I was sat on the edge of the sofa kind of thing. So I was very much, although I wasn't stood up presenting, I was very much, I guess, the equivalent to grounded, in that I'd got my environment right to present in that situation as well. The other thing is, I think, is also your slides. If visually what's on the slide you think is exciting, it gives you, last time I spoke at the Recruitment Agency Expo, I put my slides together and I knew what I was talking about and the content didn't change, but then I got Mark to do my slides for me and they were just amazing. Visually they were just amazing. So I was then excited about doing my talk because I wanted everyone to see how awesome my slides were. And, you know, I got them printed off and I was like giving people sneak peeks in my book. I was like, my slides are so cool. And, you know, and it's amazing the confidence you can get just from wearing the right clothes, being in the right position and being sort of sat up, or like I said, the visual bit on your slides, all of that. They're all like little things that just elevate and build your confidence and just build a really strong foundation for you. Amanda, did you ever ask people for feedback on your presentation skills?
No, I don't want to hear if they've got any criticism. You know, there's people that go, "Well, I really welcome constructive criticism." No. Do I ever ask for feedback? Yeah, I have, in terms of sometimes you want to know if the content is relevant. I like to think I'm quite self-aware, so I know if I've done a good job or I haven't. And you can read the room. You know, you feel like if they're being quite interactive with you, if they're taking lots of notes, I take that as a good sign. Or if people ask for a copy of the slides, that's always a good sign. So when I first started out doing presentations, it's great to have a supporter in the room. So whether that is virtually, so say if you're doing a webinar, so like Christina, when you've done some of your webinars, I know Pam, you're there and you'll often monitor the comments, or I might be there to try and let people in. It doesn't always work with the tech, but it's quite really reassuring to have somebody there that you know is in your corner. And they, you know, if you're in the room, so say if you're doing a presentation in the room, they might be nodding along, kind of agreeing with you, and it just helps you, gives you a little bit of confidence. And they will give you some gentle feedback anyway. So you might have someone say, I used to a lot, so I kind of a lot.
That's my thing.
Yeah. I suppose I still do it a little bit now, but you work on it as much as you can. But yeah, I like to think now I've done it enough that I know if I've done a good job or a reasonable job. I've hopefully never died on my what's-it while I was out there.
Yeah, it's really funny you said about you know, those triggers. So you notice the people that are nodding, you notice the people that are writing, you notice the people that haven't taken their eyes off of you and your slides, kind of thing. And you know, it's a I asked Pam how it went, and you weren't particularly positive when you said how it went. But then actually we talked about, you know, feedback, and you got the comments up that you downloaded, and it was all like, you know, great. You'd got questions after it, there'd been conversation and discussion. You've been asked if the video of it can be shared elsewhere and to a wider network. And so actually, that's all stuff that's really, really good feedback, really, really positive signs.
Mm.
But I think sometimes it's so easy to go, oh yeah, I was crap because I did this bit wrong, I did that bit wrong, or that one person in the room was falling asleep at the back, and or
Yeah.
you know, everyone was on their phones, and you kind of think that's a negative thing when actually they're on their phones looking to see if they have done the stuff that you've said they should be doing.
Yeah.
Especially for us, that's very, very true.
I think it's always easy to be quite hard on yourself when you do these things. I think I don't know. It's still early days for me. I've not done loads of these presentations yet, or not enough to say, I'm an expert or anything in that. But I think I learn a lesson with every single one. So
Yeah, cool.
I see that as a good thing, I think.
Awesome, good. And Emily, what's been good for you this week then, other than you've managed to get a pack of 18 toilet rolls?
That's great. That is, I got that this morning. Well, I say I got that, Nick got that. What has been good for me? To be honest, I haven't really had a great week, actually. I'm not gonna lie. I haven't told the story of how I've started a new non-work related, but I've started a new health thing, and my legs were really hurting. And then yesterday, after I'd finished my workout, I tried to have a fruit smoothie, and I made one for me and for my partner, and I tried to take it up the stairs, and then I fell over, and we've just had a brand new carpet, and we've just repainted the walls, and the smoothie went everywhere. So we managed to clean the carpet. Luckily it came out, but now we're having to repaint all the walls. So I've just thought fitness isn't really for me, basically. And then I did another one, and now, so my legs were hurting, that was my lower body, and now I did my upper body, and now my arms are hurting. So now I can't sit down, I can't walk, I can't laugh, I can't go up the stairs, I can't do anything. So I've had
Emily, what are you doing? What workout were you doing?
So it's a program that I bought. God, when did I buy it? When I was at university ages ago. I kind of dip in and out of it, and I tend to do it and then not do it again. So I'm back on there. I'm going to do it, but now I think I'm just slowly getting to the back on. So I'm not going to do it again.
I think the phrase "exercise isn't for me" is the
not for me.
I don't like to put.
Remember that time when you went to the gym?
Yes, that is my exact point. I try these things. I try really hard.
And she injured her.
It doesn't work. Like I hurt myself. Like I ruined the carpet. I ruined the walls.
And you couldn't do anything with your arms after the conkers.
No, exactly. That
Conker
I was throwing some conkers, and I pulled a muscle. Like, I just can't do fitness.
That's so funny.
I'm not sure conkers counts as fitness.
Well, that was active.
Or maybe.
Anyway, so your question, Christina, I haven't had a great week. I was supposed to do some review slides yesterday, which I've now done this morning because I got up extra early because I started the day late yesterday because of the whole carpet saga. So I've done them. So I'm feeling more on track today. But my to-do list is still, well, I need to have a look at it, to be honest. Haven't even looked at it because yesterday was a write-off. Today I'm back on track. And I'm trying my best. And that's all I can do.
So I probably should. So this is proof of the fact that we just go live and no one knows what I'm going to ask them or what I want to talk about, and there is kind of a plan in the back of my head, but there's no real plan. Because if I'd have briefed Emily, her answer to that question would have been how she did an online training session with one of our clients and showed them how to use their blog facility on their website, upload their blog, and talk them through the SEO stuff and how to pick their keywords and all that kind of thing. That would have been really, really positive.
I've got to be honest, my day yesterday was just mental, and all the positives turned into a negative because of the carpet situation. But I did do all of that, and I was actually quite happy that I did that, and it made me realise that I knew a bit more than I thought I did about SEO. So there you go. So that made me happy.
Made Pam really happy because Pam was saying, "Oh, does that mean you're going to do a webinar for us on SEO now?"
You do a webinar? I think you can.
Put me on the spot.
We can start with a video, just a Loom video, just on the process.
Yeah,
I'll do that.
Okay,
there
right.
you go.
I was like, we've never done one on SEO before. That's what we need.
Come and join my webinar shortly on how to do video and Zoom calls. I have many tips to share.
I was actually thinking that, Amanda, because I'm not confident on video really at all, or webinars. I mean, I don't mind this sort of thing because we're all together and we're all chatting, but if the focus was on me entirely, going back to the thing where you were saying that you'd read the room and you would look at people making notes, I'm sort of what Christina mentioned about people being on their phones. To me, whether they're researching what I've told them to do or making notes in the app or something, I'd automatically think, oh, this is really bad, like they're ignoring me, this is boring. I think that's just my mindset. So I think I need to watch it to try and get some positive tips.
Start picking on people. That's always quite a good one in the audience. Not necessarily to I don't know, to ask them a horrible question, but I did one once where we talked about unconscious bias, so how you make judgments on people based just on tiny things like what they're wearing, what they look like. And one was about people who were had bald heads, if they had deep set, sorry Mark, yeah, if they had deep set eyes. And I was going if you look around the room now and then see who you think looks like a bit of a wrong un, and all of a sudden everyone's like, so yeah, a bit of audience participation, that usually helps. Yeah.
I remember you doing that presentation once and suggesting that there was someone in the room that the face you had on the slide, looked exactly like one individual in the room, initials PD.
Yeah, that we all know.
Yeah, so so that was quite funny.
I told you, wrong un.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Okay, so social media wise this week, not much has really been going on. It's all kind of like this person's giving money for COVID charities, and this, Facebook are introducing some training so that you can identify fake COVID news, and it's all that sort of stuff really. That said, LinkedIn have rolled out events for all the company pages now. So we've put tonight's webinar on there in that way. I think they'll take a little while for them to get some traction though.
What's the webinar on tonight, Christina?
It's on avatars and personas. So I had this brainwave, we need to do a webinar on this, because I'd had a couple of days talking to prospect clients, and they were basically 3-4 conversations, really detailed conversations where they just don't know what their ideal client is, or who their ideal client is. So talking through the various ways of identifying them, and the fact that some people use the word persona, some people use the word avatar, some people just say ideal client, and it's actually, where are the differences? Why do we use these 3 or more different terms? And actually, so spoiler alert, it's all the same thing. Whatever you want to call it, it's all the same thing.
Got to watch the webinar.
Don't overcomplicate it. I think anyone that's ever seen me present or knows the webinars, I don't like the complication. I don't like to dress stuff up. It's like, this is how it is. This is how it needs to be. So, like I said, the definition of an avatar, definition of a persona, actually, they're almost word for word the same thing. It is just a case of whether you're thinking about the one or the many. And I don't know about anyone else. I'd like to have many ideal clients on my books. So, it doesn't really matter. But yeah, it's all about identifying what the traits are, and thinking about it in slightly different ways, and get a bit of detail in there. So hopefully it'll be useful. It's the first one we've done on that topic. So it is 100% from scratch, brand new. Wrote an ebook at the weekend to sort of go with it as part of the development process as well, although that's not ready for publication yet, but hopefully that'll be out in the next couple of weeks as well. But hopefully people will enjoy it and it'll be useful.
It's going to be a good one, I think.
Yeah, it will be.
Yeah.
Always kind of cut through crap, basically, don't you? Cut through the noise and tell it like it is.
Well, I try to.
Hmm.
Actually, that's not true, because I try to tone that part of my personality down a little bit for
Yeah.
these webinars. Otherwise, we'll have no business.
Yeah, but it can be quite, overwhelming, or say for people that aren't working in that, working with marketing terms all the time, they're kind of like, well, what do I need? Is it an avatar or a persona, or do I need this? Do I need that? Whereas it's kind of, this is the bit where we say, this is what you need to do. Let's not overcomplicate it.
I think it's also that thing where, and I think we've all had it, where we sort of said, okay, well, who are you targeting? And the client says, everybody. Anyone can buy this product, anyone can use this service. And you're like, well, that's not true, is it? You're not targeting everybody, because if it was everyone, then you just wouldn't sell. It's kind of, you can't serve everybody, you can't serve all the people all the time. So you need to have some sort of targeting in place, and you can only do that if you know who you're targeting.
Yeah.
So
even massive brands, even Tesco, Sainsbury's, they all banks, they all have target markets and personas. They just pick up the extras along the way.
Yeah, and I think go on.
I was just going to say, keeping an eye on the comments and who's joined us on Facebook for our live lunch. So Richie Marshall has said, it's nice to see us, hopes we're okay, and it's good to see that Mark and Jane are wearing matching pajamas.
Yeah.
Pajamas.
So if Richard's on, then is he your hero, Emily?
Yes, thank you, Richard. He actually saved me yesterday, I'm not going to lie. I wasn't, it turned out what I'd started doing to the carpet was wrong and was going to ruin it. So it was good that I spoke to him, because I then realised that and started doing what he told me to do instead. And now the carpet's fixed. Yeah, I'm really happy.
So you need to leave a review for him on Google.
I do actually. You're
Put
right.
that on your list. Do that straight away after this. So Richard is Rich Marshall runs Sleep Haven, which is a local business to us. So for anyone local, he's based in Weedon. He kind of serves that area, and he does carpet and upholstery cleaning, gutters. He also does sort of cleaning for commercial properties as well. So there's sort of two sides to his business, but he's such a lovely guy. And I mean, he's been doing loads of stuff as well. Obviously, he can't deliver his services, but he's been doing loads of community stuff. So like he's still got his lads that work for him. He's got them out in the vans, delivering people shopping and running errands for people locally, and collecting walkie-talkies for the hospital and stuff like that. So really, really good. Really nice bloke anyway. But if you need his services, get in touch. And Richard, if you're still on, put a link or something in the comments for Sleep Haven, and people can check you out. But thank you for saving Emily, because when I first saw the message yesterday morning that she'd ruined her new carpet, I just thought, oh my God, that's the equivalent to a bereavement. I had my phone and I was like, I don't know how to respond.
I was actually really
rest in peace, Carl.
I was very upset. I mean, luckily, thanks to Richard, and thanks to me spending time doing it and Nick helping me, we managed, because we did it straight away. It's okay. But Christina's right. I was upset. I was very upset because it's new and it's cream. Anyway, let's not talk about it.
Paul has joined as well our lunch and has said he nearly missed it, but he's okay. He's on to join the Loose Women and Loose Mark. Loose Mark. He hasn't got long. You missed the quality content, Paul.
Yeah. That's going back to social media stuff. So for Paul, like I said, the events on LinkedIn company pages. I don't know if there is a company page for the business community, because it recently rebranded. So it might be early days in terms of building a following there, but get your events on there. And again, if there's people in the business community Facebook group that are too chatty, you've now got the power to mute them as well, Paul. So enjoy that. Don't mute me or Pam, thanks. Yeah, but like I said, other than that, social media wise, there's just not much gone on this week.
No.
I think,
Nothing
like you
that's
say, with
really got me
Easter,
excited.
yeah, Easter in the middle of it as well. Plus, everything that's going on in the world has made it a
I'm-
fairly quiet week.
I'm getting a little bit excited because, as you know, my favorite is Pinterest, and they're just coming on leaps and bounds at the moment. They're thriving at the moment, so I'm quite excited about what they're doing.
They've done something is it something to do with their search? In their search facility, they're like promoting small businesses somehow.
Supporting small. Yeah, they're doing like obviously they keep a track of what the search terms are that are going on, and they're and the search term for supporting small businesses has gone up by 351% or something, I think it was. So they've now done this sort of share your story. So kind of like you share for small businesses, they can share their story of how Pinterest has helped them to boost their business. And it can be as small a story or as big a story as you want, but they're looking to feature like small businesses. I mean, this will be globally, obviously. It's not at a local level, is it? But to feature them in blogs and their newsletters going forward, and even on Pinterest. But yeah, they've just seen a massive increase of sales over Pinterest as well. It's phenomenal. I think they're really going to come out of this like massive. It's just they're just seeing a massive increase of an audience on the platform.
I mean, I think this is the thing, like all things e-commerce have just gone crazy since the lockdown. It's people are spending money, but they're buying stuff that is online. Like I said, hence me being on this webinar in the background to do with sort of Amazon and that sort of stuff as well. But it's just crazy, just the amount of stuff that is sort of new vendors appearing online and that kind of stuff. So I think there's a lot that can be done from the marketing perspective from the social media platforms to really support that. So yeah, I don't know, maybe I should get more excited about Pinterest, but it's not my thing.
As we say, from the e-commerce side of things, though, I would say that there are some businesses that are not doing so well. I've been waiting on my boots order for 2 weeks. Like, what? For 2 weeks? It's still not here. Yeah. So, and then my mum ordered my birthday present on Thursday, and it arrived yesterday. And I was like, come on, Boots, get your act together. I don't know.
There's obviously a rush on face serum and I don't know, whatever else people are ordering at the moment. Oh, hair dye, I think.
Hair dye.
That's what everyone's ordering.
Right. You're sitting there in a tiara. Don't pretend you don't know about girl stuff.
That's true. That is true.
Okie dokie. The other thing I saw is, I think I only saw it this morning, Facebook are experimenting with an option to make your stories available for 3 days.
I saw some stories.
Yeah. And I was like, what's the point in that? That kind of takes away from what the story's for. I mean, for us, it'd be great because we can update for businesses. Brilliant. You can update it less because the content will remain there. But I just kind of thought, well, the whole point of stories that it's 24 hours and then it's gone. So yeah, I'm not sure what I reckon about that one. It has some benefits from a purely functional brand perspective. If they made it available for brand pages only, or business Instagram accounts, that would make sense to me. But for individuals, I think it takes away from the experience of stories. So we'll see what they do with that one.
Yeah, because it's maybe like a snippet, isn't it? It's like a snippet into your day, isn't it? Yeah, that doesn't make sense. But
maybe it's to combat all the people going live at the moment. If you go on Instagram, everyone is live at the moment.
Yeah.
I can tell I'm a bit over that.
Yeah. I'm just laughing because I was thinking the same. Yeah, it's like, you go on and go live. Oh, okay, I'm going off again.
Past those, I just want to see the other stuff that I can nip through.
Yeah, no, it's a funny thing. Cool. All right then, gang. Anyone else got anything else to share?
I think so.
Right. Just final happy birthday to Amanda.
Happy
Thank
birthday.
you. And don't
Yeah.
forget, everybody, it's Emily's birthday on Sunday and Pam's birthday on Monday.
Whoop, whoop, whoop. Oh my God, I can't believe I just did that.
I thought I'd dance with you, so
Get your tiaras at the
Oh my
ready.
days.
You are recording this, yeah, Christina?
Oh, I wish I was. We can download it after, it'd be fine. We'll
Okay,
download it.
yeah.
And then we'll just
It's
get a
on
little.
Facebook forever.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make some gifs out of that.
Yeah.
Honestly, for a second, I forgot we were live. Like that, that was a snapshot into my true personality.
This is the reality of working with Green Umbrella. Emily's little.
Oh my
So we're
God.
gonna get a sing the song next.
No,
Good
Go on,
job.
sing the elevator song.
absolutely not.
Because it's
I
copyrighted.
remember now, and it is copyrighted apparently, although we won't go into that.
We'll see you all next week then, I guess.
Yeah, see you next week. Have a lovely birthday, Amanda.
Thank you, Pete.
Happy
See you
birthday.
soon. Thank
See you later.
Bye.
Bye.